There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it. You got it, sweet brother. Nothing upon nothing upon. Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage. Alright, nothing down to fuck all borough. Great choice, Elder One. It has always been like this, and it always will. The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, a fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion.
Somehow, you know what it is. A caprice Canadian motor carriage. You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from a fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, more likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in. It is too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. Like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner, which, coincidentally, is congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. You mean someone else took your shoe off? This person also forced the drinks on you. A cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold. This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap, it's released from the blade. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose. The blades come squeaking to a halt. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain. Your eyes burn with photosensitivity. It's not good. The switch must be broken because nothing happens. The lights are off again. mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, some hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just that suddenly you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. As you slowly reach your abort, you clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it. Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin. Bet you are. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers. Behold. You have no idea who this thing is, do you? Too late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Or wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why? Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey? You are correct. Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
No. Because you're a police officer, sir. I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well-rehearsed lies. You've been here for 3 days. On official... Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking. Could it be because of the drinking? Could it be because of the drinking? Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer. Of course. Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
She looks back at you, a light glinting.
Goodbye.
The door is closed. There they both are. Two identical shoes, like two baby crocodiles. Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like that. You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and the living shit. Your Mesolimbic reward pathway does not mince words. Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Struck good. Thinking about yummy cigarettes in your mouth is the next. And when you're done thinking about them, plus, smoking them gives massive bonuses. The door is... There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on. Somewhere inside, a tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you. The door does not care. Still no answer. Still nothing. Still nothing. This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside. You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast oceanic soul. Exactly. It's measured through a PA system by other people. You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with... You have to find something tragic to sing first, though. You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You will reach... Serves them right. You have to find something tragic to sing. You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out... No. Don't sing the happy song. It's stupid. You have to find something tragic to sing first. A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now he's purposely ignoring you.
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero.
Could the massive property damage upstairs have anything to do with this?
Am I? Or did you ride in, take the body down, solve the murder, and not trash my hostel room? No, you see, actually, you didn't. You haven't done anything even remotely useful since you got... No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here.
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used. This is the great skewer. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the something about it makes you feel bitter.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you. concentrating on the bird instead.
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager. That period of my life is over. Not everyone who stands behind a counter. I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. She just, you know.
His eyes dart from left to right. This man isn't lying, but he...
So now you're a cop. Oh, forget it.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot. As you approach, he narrows his eyes. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to...
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 40...
You realize he's waiting for you. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but...
Okay then. It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually.
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews? Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at... Have you removed the dead body from the tree? So, the body...
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But if you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern. We all feel that way sometimes. There is no such thing as a police officer, I'm afraid. What?
And then, soon after, dead body.
But first, we have to take it down. I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the... I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it.
Inspectorate General means internal affairs. What he's saying is, he's not from the rat squad and isn't supposed to suspect such things.
No need for derogatory terms. They're only doing their job. Yes. They're not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM, and I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage. But again, it's none of my concern. You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down should still... Talk to the manager. Then we go out back and take... After you, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and... But dear, you're not for me. I'm too old and too married. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Yes, dear. I'm a
A paraplegic is someone with limited or no ability to use the lower half of their body. Paraplegia is caused...
No, dear. I'm not quite that old, although I was injured in the line of duty. Oh my. What happened? That's how I feel about the accident. I was a training and development manager at a rapidly expanding mail. You'd think it would be a safe job, but I had to be everywhere, and well, once I was lucky. This was almost 20 years ago, and I was compensated exceptionally well. One can only dream of such payoffs nowadays. That's quite all right. I'm used to people asking questions.
There is no bitterness in her voice. She accepted the curiosity her condition inspires a long time ago.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that... Oh my. You know where we are, right? That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria? We're in the city of Revachol, dear. How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare... Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes? You're joking. Try again, one more time. What year is it? That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government? Actually, we are not. You could say that about almost any other nation, but not Revachol. Try it one more time, officer. What mode of government? Oh no, nothing like that, dear. Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance.
She's trying to avoid the foreigner's part. This is because she's a woman. She may be lying to you.
Oh dear, this is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides...
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago. It has something to do with everything. I'm
just a poor woman, she thinks. What do I know of these things?
You didn't do too well, dear. You really only knew what year it is. It does look...
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are someone more educated in sweeping.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Whatever do you mean? Sequence killers? Oh my.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree. I can assure you with absolute certainty.
Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweet. Thank you, but Martinez isn't the most wheeled. Perhaps another time. Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approach.
Mr. Gart, right?
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
What? I have no idea what that means. What is this, a joke to you? Is this what you get when you call the police now? This guy...
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job.
Yes, of course.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us.
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
You said you just got here. From where?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an...
But you still know your way around, yes? In case...
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective.
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions. His face expresses profound doubt in your having this.
Haven't you asked me that already? What is it with you and this woman? She has nothing to do with this. Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number.
Thank you.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching. Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was... I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's... What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him. Behind this building, there's a courtyard. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the...
Does he want you to feel guilty of making that hole? It's implied in his voice.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real. Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130...
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're...
No, you don't owe me street cred. You owe me money. You owe this establishment 130... Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to... Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually, more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40. What are you, a philosopher? Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel. Are you serious? From your work? I don't know. You can take bribes, I guess. I'm sorry.
Some do take recompense, but only to survive.
Yes, it is.
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks. That's Cop 4. I haven't offered to pay because I don't have any money either.
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't.
Officer, maybe you are better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
You mean somewhere else to run up a huge debt? I don't think so. The union squeezed...
Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my...
Good luck.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You in time or space? That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe...
Yes?
No response. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
Have you tried concentrating on something?
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your...
Not a fan. It's...
The RCM deploys a self-styled structure called the decomptage as its chain of command.
Try work. The case at hand. It can work miracles. Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation. Really? You look fine to me. This psychodrama...
Clearly, he prefers to think you're malingering. He cannot fathom that anyone could drink...
Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's Lazareth. Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the invest... That's a fair point. Alright, for the good of the invest... That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this. But you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
Are they?
You could use a good, normal pair yourself.
That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity, and it's...
Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolari state west of the Insulindian Isola.
You're barking at the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to... No.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something
Something the matter?
What's going on? It's like you're a puppet in his hands. The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow. And
That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. I don't speak a word of Seolite. What do you mean? I have no idea what you're...
The lieutenant's conceptualization skill. The lieutenant is a police officer of the old school. But this isn't an old school case.
So what? That makes you do for real detective work? Nothing.
The lieutenant produces his small... That's where his We all have our different mediums. You're super lucid, yet psychedelic. You don't need office supplies to connect to your nervous system. You're special.
Good. Let's change the subject. Excuse me? You have a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk, I hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation. In the 57th, we call it the jam. They say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic, yet thorough.
He simply nods. Passing along frivolous interdepartmental stereotypes is not usually his oeuvre.
RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? We don't see a lot of police around here, that's all. Of course. Of course. Where to? It's just water. No problem. Excuse me?
She's uncomfortable. Maybe you should drop this line of questioning.
Oh. Well, I didn't write it there. I'm just sitting here. Okay. Me? I am just a gardener. I am pleased to meet you too, officer. Of course. I won't hold you back.
Her gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all.
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
Call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East Delta. This button looks new, but...
This button looks new. It's probably not connected yet.
You wait for a minute or two, but all you get an off-key melody.
Kudos! Please stop calling here. Grown-ups don't have time for your stupid games. Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were... But the doorbell is broken, and the bookstore shouldn't even be on the list anymore, so I can't...
A single beep indicates that the line has gone dead. You ring the doorbell. What an ominous name for a hair salon. Doesn't bode well. All you hear is static, but no one answers the call. You ring the doorbell, but nothing. Looks like someone has melted. You hear static from the intercom speaker. It sounds as if...
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric. Have you...
She sounds almost antique, as if her voice was being played off an old wax cylinder.
My God.
The lieutenant exchanges a look with you.
It's you.
It's a woman, and she knows you. Who cares that you don't remember her? No, something's wrong here. Are you sure she's talking to you?
Michelle, just please. Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months. I thought you didn't care. Ever since I came to...
A spot of static overrides her word.
It's so nice.
She sounds like she's about to cry. She doesn't answer. Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore on the bay. Another seagull passes by.
It must have been some kind of faulty wiring. We should maybe stop playing with this doorbell.
You press the number sign on the keypad that terminates the call. 12 name cards on the call box read. Whatever she says, it can't hurt you. You're a different person now. All right, maybe not healthier, but there's a light buzz as you press the door.
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric. Have you come to...
Here come the bad vibes again. Relax. Distance.
It's you. My God.
Wait, is she...
Michelle. Why did you even...
Is this some kind of joke? The voice from the intercom doesn't answer, but you can hear her breathe.
Ever since I came... As if my mind...
And then it hits you. She tries again not to cry, and still doesn't succeed complete. Real or not, your mirror neurons react. It feels pain. Her sound melts into the static from a long distance. This is where you hung up the call the last time. But the phone rings in the office with an old-fashioned chime, and someone walks by in a pair. No one replies, but the static grows stronger like rainfall. Then her words are too cold to comprehend. She smells of sodium lights and rain streaks on car windows. Eyes like pilot lights.
So, it was a recording trapped in the circuitry from some ancient tenant. This sometimes happens. I don't have time to explain it to you right now, maybe sometime later. Don't take this the wrong way, but during our short stint working together...
That is true. Silence. Silence. Nothing happens after you ring the doorbell. They don't want to talk. Silence. No one answers you. This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a... There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still... Well, it is a container. Maybe you're prioritizing...
Trash? Food waste from the cafeteria? They lock these containers to... What do you mean, Phil? I agree. We should get someone from the...
He's being sarcastic. Do not ask what the remote view...
All the detectives from all the precincts who experience extrasensory perception go to the remote viewers division.
It's remarkable how he can keep a straight face. Take note. The lieutenant is well versed...
No, because they don't exist. There isn't, but we should still access this container. We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carrier, or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in...
He might also have information. This is better than... An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slanted against an old shack. Because it's nice and orderly. Well-laid pallets, easy on the eyes. Rhythmic pattern calms your mind. Mammals like this stuff. No, there's more to this. You get hard to say. It's gone now. Feelings pass, you see. An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite. There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from heavy workers' boots with reinforced toes and hop. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear? Maybe more than 12. No, 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back. 1, standard work boot, steel reinforced. 2, standard work boot, steel reinforced. 3, hobnailed work boot, steel. 4, standard work boot. Number 4, you don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it. 5, another standard work boot. 6, an aberration, light as air. Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. You're not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything at 7, the glowing outline of a standard work boot. Number 46. 8, and yet another standard work boot. Number 4.
How many? I was pretty off then. I counted 20. I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary? 200? Could it be the combined weight of two people, one carrying the other?
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
Possibly, yes.
But why?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows. Even easier to carry on a stretcher, or between two men. Anyway, it's for future consideration. A woman? Or a kid? Understood. Anything else? Interesting. Let's name it someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner, I did.
He regrets it the moment he says it.
I don't know why I said that. We are not looking for a drummer. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
He doesn't seem to hear you. Looking south,
We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a... A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to...
It is not impossible.
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperature.
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction.
Indeed. They all stood in a row. Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over. Hoisted. The lieutenant's eyes narrow. Doubt, perhaps. It would be unprofessional of him to be sure of himself.
Either way. What else?
Kuno's got this!
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then...
Oh yeah! Nappa comfy, Kuno! Right in the dick, Kuno! Get him right in the dick!
Love it in the dick!
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like two black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of it.
Fuck that! Kuno, yeah! Right in the mouth!
Shits himself?
The rake, Kuno! You should throw the rake at...
The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener. The fuck are you talking?
He's calling us Kuno! He says we're fucking each other!
We shouldn't do anything. You will see.
The language these kids are using. Pure, unfettered.
Alright, entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What?
Irregular speech patterns. Overconfidence. Could this kid be on drugs? This warrants further investigation.
Shitload pig. What you
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno!
If I were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would ask them.
The usual being. Have you seen anything out of the ordinary?
Kuno's fuck imp. Kuno uses the fuck imp for
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
Kuno knows what you meant. Kuno's not a snitch. That's all. Trying to make Kuno sing into probably climbed. Kuno was busy. You heard Kuno. Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. I don't know. Some fucking Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City.
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel.
Why you gotta be riding Kuno's ass? You wanna know where Kuno was?
Oh, don't tell him that, Kuno!
It's not fucking lame. Kuno's building Kuno's City. Night City. Rage.
Lame!
That's the name of Kuno City, bitch. Get the fuck off Kuno's back. This shit ain't a...
It's impossible to deduce what it is about, at least for the moment.
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt.
Yeah, you tell the faggot...
Looks like you're a faggoty now, whatever that means.
You're testing Kuno's...
Get lost,
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Look at that fucking shit. You're trying to get Kuno killed. Fuck does Kuno know? Kuno's not a...
The lieutenant takes a...
It's a trap, Kuno! Don't climb it!
Dunno. Kip Das gardener used to work there.
Kit is a pejorative term used to describe people of South Seminese or Erie-Uppergite descent. It used to be a common first name.
Yeah, that's what Kuno said. She couldn't handle the heat, so she took off. Kuno can take it. Shit, look. Kuno doesn't explain shit. Kuno just says shit.
Yeah, her. What was she doing in the greenhouse in March anyway? Yes, it seems suspicious. You don't like things
Don't be wondering about Kuno's shit, pig. Fuck does Kuno care about your hunch? That's your shit. That's just some shit roofing gimps left.
There it is. That strange feeling again. As if there was...
Inner eye. Fuck are you talking about? Ask me.
They're trying to make you feel...
You glance again at the roofing material in front of the shack. Yes.
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno's Kuno, pig.
It's always Kuno, never
Kuno doesn't do that smart shit. Don't trying to get Kuno.
The boy knows he has an addictive personality.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you! Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Rape!
Help! He's got the Kuno, help! Help! He's...
Escalate, Kuno! His dick is out! You're afraid!
Pig's in here, Kuno! Somebody, please!
How did we get here? How did this happen? This makes no sense. There may still be a way out. Just appeal to his reason.
Help! Misters, help!
He's having the time of his life.
He's flashing Kuno! He's showing his genitals! If you don't help Kuno now, it'll be too... No one? Kuno's doing this because he likes...
This is where Kuno establishes dominance. Change your plan. You can't let that happen. It will make...
Help! The pig's gagging him! Kuno can't speak!
You put him up to this yourself when you decided to talk to him in the first place.
Listen to your friend. Kuno owns the fat ass. Help! The RCM is trying to... No!
The nearly psychopathic way they could slip in.
Fucking logical. Help! The logical pig is fiddling Kuno.
You didn't shut him down. Your fat fist...
Pig's trying not to cry. Kuno can't believe this. Pig, Kuno thought you had this. What happened? Kuno can't do anything now.
Fucked your shoulder, fucked your knee, fucked your fat body up!
No.
Kuno beat the shit out.
I told you not to tempt such forces. Now, how about we go?
Can I help you? Mine? No, it belongs...
Thank you for clearing that up.
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why.
I thought as much. And are you...
Well, yes.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs. Prod at him and find out.
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please. What thing? Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. Just the... They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly type.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info. We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even...
There are these things called days. You sleep between them.
What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in...
Another thing. Great. Yes? Absolutely.
Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger. Then we sing this play. Your body is ready, sire.
Hello again, officer. Well, this might be the last snow we get. At least snow has nutrients in it. Helps everything green up in the spring.
Yes, think about the cute grandma, not the weird snow.
A bit much? What are you talking about?
She feels interrogated now.
Relax, miss. This is not an interrogation. We are just checking some facts.
Nitrogen and sulfur mostly. And whatever factories and aerostatics exhale too, I guess.
Stop looking at her. Look around. What do you see? That's right. And the canal, the bookstore, the harbor gates. This is a great...
No, of course not. I don't understand what this... The kid did this, right? The red-haired rat? Can't say a sentence without or kipped. He's always giving me... Maybe you shouldn't be. I mean, you do your job?
You've been resting here for quite a while, haven't you?
Yes.
I understand. The RCM isn't welcome.
There's silence, the smallest of smiles.
That's okay, miss. Do what you have to do. I think we're...
Welcome to RivaTuner.
Don't you welcome to RivaTuner me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist cult. Every school of thought and government has failed in the city. It's men like you who keep RivaTuner divided, making it that much...
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
Oh, come on, man. I just said, welcome to RivaTuner.
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong, but you see, I'm an officer of the RCM.
Silence. The air between them becomes your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Whatever you say, officers. Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the strike, oh, they've been at it for a while. A month, 2 months maybe. Apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Look, as detective. I come from... Oh, I'm here to pick up a load of fucking apples, man. Just...
Damn, you're not gonna get more out of him on this. He's put up the wall of racism.
It's about biological determinism. Not the most popular topic nowadays, with a coalition in charge, you know. You might want to... I'm not just racist. Look, I've read books, huh? The science of racial theory. People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally. So, lately we Occidentals have experienced an unfortunate downturn when members of the super... The problem? The damn kids are showing a real good game lately. Same...
Cultural victory? What is this then?
It's what the kids of Boogie Street are going for, right under our noses. And the others too, on the radio. Heard any song? It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen? Don't push your luck, runt.
hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something.
A kind of a worm, content with mere survival. They come, they want to do our job for shittier pay, screwing over beats me. Somewhere in the ground, I think. Gotta be bloody stupid or freaking evil to scab. Or I guess, scared. Personally, I'd rather beg than scab. If the gentleman shouting on the street came begging, maybe they'd have gotten something. We've explained the matters, but they don't listen. This lot would be reasonable and go home if the big guy wasn't riling them up all the time. I was just messing with you. No one's... Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another... Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the wild north? Come to see the... My friend, I respect the right to roam. The open range... I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a grantor of...
If it's all so simple, why don't the strike break?
Aye. Walk right past Measurehead? Yeah, the 2.5 meter tall Semini Supremas is there. Walk right past, then press the button to unlock the door, then go past him again, and you enter the arbor through the office. Está.
The man whispers a jaunty...
Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder. Of course, Policia. It wasn't me. You can rule.
He didn't do it. It's the truth.
Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out. Oh, sorry, friend. Didn't mean to throw it like that. It's a thing we harbor folk do. Comes naturally. Right, always glad to help out. We're on the same branch, you and I. Not like these slithering scabs. You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss would...
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on... The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot.
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
Active decay.
He's about to blow! Kuno, the pig's getting pretty... Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to town. I'm going away for a long, long time.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull?
I come from the woods, good Davidu. You don't want to...
Don't be traumatized.
This trash container with a well-oiled crack. The lock don't. Maybe you shouldn't. There is, but you won't like it. Sweat forms on you. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages among the threadbare kitchen towels, some as the legs of the slime-covered jeans.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. Drop them in here, officer. Guitar-marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them. The belt is missing. That's it.
Something slimy catches your eye. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive color.
This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib niche.
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard.
What the fuck's he on about, kids? Kuno. He thinks you're...
See? Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The
lieutenant nods. Then, look, it's just organic waste. Cold and slimy on your hand. Nothing. What's this? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly...
Officer, is that your paperwork? It is. Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there. If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash? Officer, this is an official piece of paperwork. It probably contains notes on numerous ongoing investigations. It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and select the
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the only in its social sense.
You've acquired an interactable item.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
That's one thing off the list. I think we...
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage? If you want to earn some change by guilting people, go for it. But it's just a racist mug. What's there to... But it's just a It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic. There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? It's a metaphor for you. Below the pathetics? Terror. Do not. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and an aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. It's the surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It is similar to the RCM watermark on your blazer the lieutenant mentioned. Didn't he say something about...
What? Yes, halogen watermark used for adding... It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine...
Maybe yours will have... How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. Yes, RCM vehicles have had lights tuned especially to read...
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers, they're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol and covered in dent. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, case files, commit, work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest... 2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. It's okay. We all make mistakes.
Like a fan of girls, the checkered papers, yes. It appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet a title, one might say even. One that, yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Others appear more light-hearted. The guy's on a couch in an unexpected location. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene? Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, it's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the... Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one... The man with the whole... I pray his loved ones never... Rail spiked through the head. He died.
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untapped. Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete. The tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen in a brash freehand inspect the interview the cafeteria. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be a satisfying slash sounds across things to be done and things already done.
No, actually. Any ideas? Furies. Yes, well, I don't know. I have to be honest, I'm not experiencing the internal strife. Could you make it less poetic somehow?
Yes. You know what that normal name is, but it's...
Okay. It's a good name, but it has one problem. Something more concrete, perhaps?
Usual is boring.
Yes. I have to tell you, officer, I don't appreciate irony. They're not going to get it. They're going... Great! That's great! That's actually what I was thinking too. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code. Why, yes, your priest. Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. That is improbable. It takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 1202, a graffiti cause of failure, rent too high. The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. True love is possible only in the next world. People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell lectures have the literage of industrial. The case files do not show you finding the author of the crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner, JV, is against the removal. Citing the 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villalobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between 2 options. A staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority. And that love truly is possible. Did anyone ask you what you believe in, man with the smelly toilet ledger? Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still. The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed. It's made of dark blue plastic. Hard. Something rattles inside. Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for the plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. With your hands, you 4-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed to the top.